Hello, welcome to my bathroom. I am going to, this is morning right now. Excuse me, this is my morning routine right now. I am kind of getting ready for the day. I'm going to be spending some time with my kids, which is always fun. And I decided I'd go ahead and show you guys skin products that I use. So this is going to be like just skincare focused. I'm not going to do any makeup. I actually don't really wear that much makeup. I only wear like a mascara and sometimes I do my eye makeup. I don't really do foundation, and I really only will sometimes use like a concealer if I'm having just a couple of spots here and there, but I get like a concealer that matches me really, really well. I have this, the Maybelline Eraser, and I get this shade and this shade that is lighter than this, and just because during different times of year, I'm a little bit darker right now because I'm in the sun more often, and I just kind of tan up a little bit. I don't tan because I'm redheaded and freckly. But during the winter time, I usually have this in a slightly lighter shade, and it does not have the shade color on it, so I can't give you that, unfortunately. I know it when I see it though, when I'm when I'm at the pharmacy, or I am at Walmart or CVS or something like that, when I need to pick up more makeup. Anyway, so let's just, like I said, do the skincare really quick. So first thing I do 100% all the time, absolutely, is make sure I have a clean towel. I have this towel. It is an Aquas towel. I have a few of these Aquas towels. They're actually meant for your hair, and I have used them for my hair in the past, but I have like 3 of these smaller size, and I have so much hair that these don't really work for my hair anymore. So now I just use them for my face, and I love them. I just always make sure I'm using a clean one to clean up afterward. I think that a lot of people break out in acne, especially when I was younger. I used to break out a lot in acne because I would use these same towels over and over again for like 2 weeks, and the junk that comes off of your face ends up on the towel, and you just end up getting really bad acne because of this. I wash my hands also. That is another big thing. I just use whatever hand soap I have. I always get like these Bath & Body Works hand soaps. They've never done me wrong. I've never had any bad breakouts from them. I'm not sensitive skinned. And fragrance does not seem to affect me. So I just use whatever soap I feel like. I have heard of people using like facial cleansers for hand soap. I guess that works, but I've never really done that. So anyway, moving on to facial cleansers, depending on how dry my skin is feeling, because I have dry skin. That has just been my life. So depending on how dry I'm feeling, I will do the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, or I will do the Cetaphil. I kind of go in between the Cetaphil and the CeraVe. I like Cetaphil a lot. I used to just exclusively do this, but then I tried the CeraVe for a while, and I really do like this hydrating formula. I may end up going all CeraVe eventually. I just don't know. I use both. I like both. They both do well for me. Today I am a little bit dry feeling, so I will go ahead and use this cleanser. So I'm gonna cleanse really, really fast, and then I will pop right back on. There. All right. So we're done cleansing. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me actually like put water. I'm sure you don't actually want to watch me put water on my face. You've probably seen a million people do that all over YouTube. Okay, so we have cleansed. I'm going to hang up my little towel over here now. Okay. The next step, and one other thing about cleansing also really quick, especially in the morning, I always use cool, like the tepid water coming right out of the tap to cool water. I don't use ice cold. That's not good for your skin. It's also not good to use really, really hot water on your skin. That's just one thing I have been told by estheticians and dermatologists over the years. Just don't do it. Just don't put it on there. Really hot showers are also not good for your skin. I have over the years been really working on taking cooler showers. It's easier for me during the summer to take a cooler shower. Almost cold shower, because if I've done exercising and I get in the shower, I want a cold shower because I am just hot. During the wintertime, it's a lot harder for me because I wanna be warm. But I keep telling myself as I'm in the shower, I'm like, you'll get warm when you put on your clothes. So anyway, you know, you try and find that balance, but try and take them cooler, and your skin will love you for it. Also overnight, in the evenings, if I've worn a lot of makeup and I do need to take it off, and I've got especially a waterproof mascara on, I do use the Clean It Zero to get that off of me, because this stuff is like the best. And I don't do a double cleanse when I do this. I just do a single cleanse because I feel like my skin gets too dry otherwise. So this does a really good job. I just put a lot of it on my face. I do my whole face and neck and rinse it off, and I feel like my face is very clean. So that's that. Then we're going to continue on with my morning routine. I like to use The Ordinary products a lot. I'm not sponsored by them. This is just my personal opinion. Everything is purchased by me from The Ordinary. This one is the multi-peptide copper peptide serum. And I just got this one because I was running low on the original of this that was called the Buffet. And I have been using the Buffet for a couple of years now. I still have like a tiny bit left in here. So I will use it up probably in the evenings. But this copper peptides one is really interesting. I've heard mixed things about copper peptides, like they do or they don't work. Or if you take too many peptides, it's not good for you. You're only supposed to do like a couple of drops, but it's this blue color. I just think that's so interesting. So I put like 3 drops on my hand, and then I just put it right on my face, very delicately, kind of rub it in. Make sure to get this little bit right here on my face, and then just kind of get it in well. I'm not shy about like really, rubbing with the fingers on the skin. I think that's fine. I really don't think you have to be super delicate with your skin. It's just, I think it's a matter of opinion on that also. I also like to put the serums on the backs of my hands and a little bit on my neck to get, whatever benefits that those have. I do think they're more hydrating than anything else. I don't know if the copper does anything. It was more pricey. That was the one drawback on this. It's twice as expensive as the original Buffet. So I'm going to try this one for a couple of months until I get to the end of the bottle. If I don't really see much of an effect, then I'm probably not gonna buy it again. I do use this morning and night, so it does get used morning and night. So that's usually the first thing after I do cleansing wise. The next thing I will do would be my moisturizer. During the day, I just use the regular old Neutrogena Hydra Boost, and it's a great moisturizer. It already has hyaluronic acid in it, so it is very moisturizing to me. It is a gel consistency. I like it because that gel consistency does not feel too, too greasy on the skin, too heavy. It's good for daily wear. It also does not pill under makeup. It does not pill under sunscreen at all, which that would be the next step after the initial moisturizer. I kind of let the initial moisturizer soak in a little bit, again applying it to the backs of my hands. So then after my moisturizer has set in during the day, I always use the sunscreen. This is the Dermatology sunscreen. It is a tinted moisturizer plus SPF 46. I've been using this for a couple of years now. I absolutely love, love, love this. So I put about 2 pumps onto my hands, and then I just mostly focus on my face. I don't really put a ton of sunscreen everywhere else. I'm just not that kind of person that has to like have 100% sun protection everywhere. I do put it on my neck though, and like I'll take another pump and put it on my neck, my décolleté, just because I've had a lot of sun damage over the years to my décolleté. I know I have. That's just the beast right there. So, you know, anything to kind of protect that area is always a good thing. And then I do, again, like rub it on the backs of my hands. After that, I will put on some more sunscreen, usually just on my upper arms, especially during the summertime, my shoulders, backs of my hands. If I'm wearing a shirt just like this, I cover everything. If I'm wearing more clothes, then I just go ahead and only apply sunscreen to the places where it's going to get sun exposure. I don't really do much on my legs, I'll be perfectly honest there. But like I said, you know, a minute ago, I don't cover every single thing. I feel like you do need to get some sun exposure because it's good for your vitamin D production. And it's a good idea, especially like if you're not wearing a lot of makeup or anything, to reapply a couple of times a day to your face especially. I've heard people doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner sort of thing, where they apply in the morning and at lunchtime, and then around, you know, mid-afternoon to dinner time, you know, 3 times a day. I generally don't take it that far. If I do reapply and it's especially sunny out, it's usually only like 2 times a day. But if I'm outside all day long, yes, I am reapplying sunscreen, but I am reapplying this sort of sunscreen, not a moisturizer-based sunscreen, or even sometimes like the heavy-duty spray sunscreens, something that is strictly a sunscreen. The only really big change to my night routine to all of this would be what moisturizer I'm using, and also then what other bits and pieces I'm adding. So I've only recently added a tretinoin to my routine. This one is the Redicor. I started out, what was it, 2 years ago on the 0.25%, and then I worked my way up to the 0.5%, and now I've recently started doing the 0.1%, and I just put a little dab of that on generally after I moisturize, because I peel so badly if I try to apply the tretinoin before my moisturizer, like at all with my routine, I end up having dry, flaky, you know, burning skin sometimes the next day, and it's just awful. So my dermatologist and I finally were just like, you're just gonna have to put it on after moisturizer all the time, and maybe only do it, you know, 4 nights a week at the most, just to tolerate it. But for some reason, especially going from the 5% to the 1%, it's a big difference. The only change at night is the type of moisturizer that I use. So the vegan collagen is one I have tried. I think this is when they say Pacifica. I mostly have just been swapping between these 3 because these are the 3 I've bought recently. This one was from the Dermatology Company again. I do like their products. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this night cream though. It is not as thick as I'd kind of like it for nighttime use, but I don't know. But it's also got peptides in it, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. And then the CeraVe is probably the standard night cream I have been using for as long as I can remember. But this vegan collagen one felt kind of slimy, but I'm like at the very end of the dregs of it. And so, I mean, when I get to the dregs of something, that means I've used it a lot. And then this one, I still have quite a bit of it left in here. So yeah, anyway, I have to say, this one feels like snail slime on your face. This one, the consistency is not as thick, but CeraVe is thick to me. But all of those I've been okay with. I've enjoyed. I have not broken out from them. I've not had any issues with them. Also, another thing at night that I do, and sometimes I do it during the day anyway, on my lips, or sometimes even around my eyes, I will put the Vaseline on, and I love this stick. It is like the greatest invention they could have come up with. It is just a stick. You can put it in your purse. You can take it anywhere. It's fabulous. Just put it on like that. And I don't use pretty much anything but Vaseline for my mouth. So anyway, that's it for my personal skincare and what I do. I think it works out really well. The introduction of the tretinoin into my routine a couple years ago, I don't know if I've seen any really huge significant changes, but I have noticed this. I have met a lot of other women. It's just being a mom and, you know, meeting other moms and seeing them at school and everything. But I think I've made a big impact on what my skin looks like, how clear it looks, how young it looks, mostly because of the tretinoin. I don't think a lot of people actually use tretinoin or go to the dermatologist to get products like tretinoin. I think that it's not a secret, but I don't think a lot of people around here especially really do that sort of thing. So I do think the tretinoin has made a huge difference. I have one area that really bothers me, and it's like right between my eyes. I have the deepest wrinkle than anywhere else in my face, and then I've got like one around here, but you're gonna get mouth lines. It's just life. But you know, this is not bad. I don't have really deep marionette lines. I do sometimes get a little bit of, you know, wrinklage going on under my eye, but as far as like on the corners of my eye, unless I'm squinting or unless I'm smiling and laughing, I don't really have crow's feet. So that's the only comment I will make about the tretinoin. Some people get these really deep lines here. I do have them a little bit, but not bad, not bad. And I think for being, you know, of my age, 40 years old, I think I look pretty good. So anyway, that will be it then. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.